Okay, this is the end of module review for chapter 6, multiple choice part of the test. Two angles, number one, two angles that are across from each other are A, vertical angles. Number two, a pair of angles when added together equal 90 degrees are complementary angles, which are A. An angle measures 74 degrees. What is the measure of its supplement? So that's 180 minus 74 is 601. So that answer would be C, 106 degrees. And number 4, 80 is one angle of a set of vertical angles. What is the measurement of the other angle? Which would be C, 80 degrees. Next. Sorry, guys. This is like brutal. Gotta tell you, brutal. All right, here we go. Next. A present is shown if the length of the gift is 10 inches. So here's 10. And the width is 12 inches. And the height is 3 inches. What is the volume of the gift box? Well, volume is length times width times height. So in this case, 10 times 12 times 3. So you have a calculator. So it would be 120 times 3, or 360 cubic inches. So it would be A. Next. And I am going to have to get a calculator, guys, because I did not get one. So let me get this calculator real quick. Sorry, guys, I'm doing this from home, so you'll have to bear with me. Okay, it says the volume of a box below is 40 cubic feet. Which are the following possible dimensions, length, width, and height of the box? For this, I would just multiply them. So 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 8 in this case would be 128. So that can't be it. Here we have 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times 2 is 40. That works. B is your answer. So next, we have number 7. And number 7 says, how much cardboard is needed to cover the box shown? So in other words, they're asking for surface area. So surface area here, we've got surface area. And I'm going to kind of take the easy way out here. So I'm going to say 2 times length times width plus length times height plus width times height. So 2 times length is 5.2. Width is 2.4. Plus length is 5.2. and height is 3.5 plus width is 2.4 and height is 3.5. Now I'm doing this with you guys, so you kind of got to bear with me. I'm doing the computations right with you. Now remember, New York State won't let you do two things at once, so I'm going to multiply this, this, and this. So let's do that together. So the first one is 5.2 multiplied by 2.4, which is going to give you 12.48. So we've got 12.48 plus, then we have 5.2 multiplied by 3.5. That's going to give us 18.2. So we put that down, and that's plus, and then we have 2.4 multiplied by 3.5, and that will give us 8.4. Now, adding all of those together, and again, we can't do two operations in one. So we're going to have to, well, in this case, because it's multiple choice, that's up to you what you do. But I've got 12.48 plus 18.2 plus 8.4, and that's going to give me 39.08. And if you think about it, guys, these three don't match. So the only answer it can be is B, though I would double check your answers and simply multiply that by 2, and you should get 78.16, which I do. Okay, so I would just double check your answers and just to make sure. Don't just plop something down. All right, number 8. Okay, here we've got an angle measurement problem. Okay, and for here, I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. There we go. For this one, we have number 8. It says 4 lines meet at a point. Find the measure of S and T. Okay, the first one I'm going to find is T, because what you have here is a right angle. So 79 plus T equals 90 degrees. So subtract 79 from both sides. And we have T equals 11 degrees. And then from there, I can find S, because S is angles on a line, therefore equaling 180 degrees. So I can add, well, and even you can find that because it's 90 there. So I can say S plus 90 plus 19 equals 180. Because here we've got the 90-degree angle, then we plus have the 19. So adding these together, I have S plus 109 equals 180. Subtract 109 from both sides. And I have S equals 71 degrees. Okay. So next we have the B part of this. Is 3 rays have a common vertex on a line. Find the measure of M and N. Okay, so first thing I would find is M, because 43 plus M would give us 90 degrees. So I would find M plus 43 equals 90. Subtract 43 from both sides. So M equals 48 degrees. And then I would say that because the rest is an angle on a line, and I would say 38 plus 43 plus 48 plus n equals 180. So these three added together, and again, guys, don't be afraid to use your calculators. 38 plus 43 plus 48 equals 129. And guys, this is a mistake. 47, guys, not 48. So this is 47, not 48. So you're adding 38 plus 43 plus 47. So we are getting 128, not 129. So 128 plus n equals 180. So subtract from both sides. So n equals, then 128, 180 minus 128 should be 52 degrees. Our next problem is to set up, and let me move this over just a little bit so we can see the whole angle there. It's a little blurry, so let me refocus that. Hopefully that will come in just a little bit better. There we go. These are vertical angles. So we have A plus 33 degrees equals 49 degrees. So subtract 33 from both sides. And A equals 16 degrees. Next, we have number 10. In which case here, now you got to be careful because we are finding angle DAG and GAH. So for here, we are finding angle DAG, which is right here, and angle GAH, which is right here. So by finding that, what we can do is we have angles at a point, and because we have all of these, I have 2 times 36.5 plus 2x and 2x, so 2 times 2x plus 3x. And all of that equals 365 degrees. So multiplying that out with your calculator, I have 2 times 36.5. That equals 73 degrees. Plus 4x plus 3x equals 365 degrees. Adding my x's together, I have 73 plus 7x equals 365 degrees. Subtracting 73 from both sides, I have 7x equals 292 degrees. All right, divide by 7, and then x should be and of course Mrs. Smythe has to make a mistake. And it's 360, not 365. I'm thinking days of the week. Lord only knows why. Oh, Mrs. Smythe, Mrs. Smythe. Oh, oh, oh. So let's try that again, shall we? 360 minus 73 equals 287. Woo. Shall we try that again? Just remember, everybody makes mistakes, even Mrs. Smythe. That always happens. And we get 41. But remember, we're not done because we need to find the measurement of DAG, which again is right here, which is 2x, or 2 times 41, which is going to be 82 degrees. And then the measurement of GAH, which is 3x, or 3 times 41, which is 123 degrees. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. And again, here we're finding angles, the measure of these angles here. Notice we have a right angle here, so they're going to add up to 90 degrees. So we have x plus 8 plus 2x equals 90 degrees. So I have x plus 8 plus 2x equals 90 degrees. Together, I have 3x plus 8 equals 90 degrees. Subtract 8 from both sides. I have 3x equals 82. Divide both sides by 3. So x equals, divide that 82 by 3. And we're going to get 27 1/3. So here, when we find AOB, the measure of angle AOB, we're going to have 27 1/3 plus 8, which will equal 35 1/3 degrees, while the measure of BOC is going to be 2 times 27 1/3. That will give us 54 2/3. We only have one more page to go, and we will be done. So we have now number 12. And it says the measures of two complementary angles have a ratio of 4 to 5. Set up and solve an equation to determine the measurements of the two angles. So we have (4x) plus 5x equals 90 degrees. So we're going to add these together. So we've got 9x equals 90. Divide both sides by 9. X equals 10. So angle 1 is 4 times 10, which equals 40. Angle 2, 5 times, 5 times 10, which equals 50. These do have let statements, ladies and gentlemen. So let 4x equal angle 1 and 5x equal angle 2. This next one, number 13, it says the measure of the supplement of an angle is 25 more than the measure of the angle. Set up and solve an equation to determine the measurements of the angle and its supplement. So as always, let x equal angle 1 and 25 more than the measure of the other angle is x plus 25 is angle 2. So now for the two of those, we have x plus 25. Because it's a supplement, it equals 180 degrees. So now we have x plus 25 equaling 180 degrees. So x plus x is 2x plus 25 equals 180 degrees. Subtract 25 from both sides. And we have 2x equals 155 degrees. Divide both sides by 2. We have x equals 77.5 degrees. Always double check your work. So in this case, angle 1 is 77.5 degrees. Angle 2 is 77.5 plus 25, which equals 102.5 degrees. And again, the way you can check yourself is add it up. 5 and 5 is 10, carry your 1. 7 and 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 0, carry your 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. And bring down your 1, which would total 180 degrees, so that you know that you're right. Okay. Last, we have here, we have for number 14, we are comparing and it says to find the volume of each box. So for box A, the volume we have here, length times width times height. So 11 times 5 times 6. So in our calculators, I have 11 times 5 times 6, and that is 330 centimeters cubed. For this box B, this is box A. Box B, we have volume equals length times width times height, and we have 4 times 7 times 10. And here that would be 280 centimeters cubed. And I'm going to move this down because you do have some additional work you need to do. It says here for volume of box A, we've got 330 centimeters cubed to 280 centimeters cubed. And it says how much greater is the volume of box A to box B. So we need to subtract those, which is 50 centimeters cubed. You're basically just subtracting those. Last, we're finding the surface area of this pyramid. Okay, so to find the surface area, we have to find the surface area of our base. So the surface area of our base is the area of our rectangle. Which is our base times height, or 8 times 8, which is 64. And then the area of our triangles, which we have 4 of them. So the area of our rectangle, or triangle, which is 1/2 base times height, and we have 4 of them. So 1/2, our base is 8, our height is 10. So we can multiply all those together, and we get 160. And then we need to add those together. So our surface area would be 64 plus 160, which would be 224 inches squared. This is the end of the module review.